Welcome back. So far, we woke up in Port Olisar, learned how to walk, went on a shopping spree, and got to know the F key really, really well. Now it's time to get your spaceship and go see the stars. To get started, head to Deck 1 and find the center of the station. You can't miss it. But just in case, there are lots of signs posted around Port Olisar to help keep you on track. Deck 1 is the room with the big glowing hologram in the middle showing a huge planet, that's Crusader, and its various satellites. Around said hologram are several ASOP ship retrieval terminals. You'll use these to retrieve any ships you own from storage. Use the trusty F key to interact with the terminal, and let's get started. Your Fleet Manager program shows you all the ships you own and some information about those ships, including where they are currently being stored, their statuses, etc. On the far right, there are two buttons under Actions. There's the Track button, with which you can track your ships that aren't currently stored, but since our ship does happen to be stored here at Olisar, we're going to use the Retrieve button, which calls the selected ship to an open landing pad. Let's go ahead and retrieve our Aurora MR.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
You'll now receive a location to which the ship has been delivered. There it is. Great. You'll also get a waypoint on your HUD to make sure you don't get lost. Follow that excellent Port Olisar signage to the pad. Now to get to the actual pad, you'll have to go through this airlock. Make sure you have a helmet on. Cycle the airlock using, you guessed it, the F key, and head out to your ship. Keep on going. You're almost there. Hey, there she is, your Aurora MR. Isn't she beautiful? Let's get inside, shall we? Now, every ship in Star Citizen is different, and how you get into some of the ships isn't necessarily obvious. You'll use the F key to locate parts of the ship with which you can interact and find the entry point. The good news is that getting into your Aurora is fairly straightforward. Interact with the cockpit, get in, interact with the pilot's chair, and take a seat. Use F yet again to locate the Flight Ready button. Fire it up with the left mouse click and we're ready to go.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries.
You can also achieve this by simply pressing the R key while in the pilot seat. Your ship has various HUDs, multifunctional displays or MFDs, and things like that to provide you with the information needed to travel successfully around the verse. Here we have our hydrogen fuel level, displayed as a percentage. Hydrogen fuel is required for everything from basic movement to more advanced maneuvers, so make sure you pay attention to the level. You'll also see your acceleration throttle meter here. Let's take off! Lift off the landing pad by pressing and holding the space bar. Remember not to sit on the landing pad too long or Olisar Brass will boot your ship back into storage and you'll end up back in your Easy Hab. Hey, they do have a spaceport to run after all. Once far enough away from the pad, retract your landing gear by pressing N. Let's increase our speed and head towards space with the W key. Pressing the S key will engage our rear maneuvering thrusters, slowing the ship down faster and eventually moving us in reverse. Next is absolute velocity, showing how fast our ship is moving in meters per second. You can also set the velocity limit using the scroll wheel on your mouse, defining your top speed in any direction. You can press and hold Shift to engage afterburners, greatly increasing the acceleration of your ship. When you engage any of your thrusters, you'll probably notice the velocity reading turn from white to red like this. That point represents recommended velocity for space combat maneuvers, giving you the best balance of maneuverability and speed. Flying at lower velocity will give you greater control over your ship, while pushing into the red increases speed at the expense of more nuanced maneuverability. I'm guessing you want to do more than just hang around taking up airspace at Olisar, so join us in the next video, where we'll go over the basics of maneuvering in space.